Hey, this is Ronnie. I'm coming to you today. I'm going to break down a 69 card order. This was a bulk order, which was the old 45-day. This is actually my third order I sent the PSA, and this actually came back right around the same time as 220 orders I sent in. Now, these were sent in sometime in mid-September. I don't have the exact dates with me because I lost that paperwork. But that being said, they took approximately, 7, 8 months to get these. Going to break it down. It's a majority, it's modern basketball, and it's made up basically of two players, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Robert Williams III, or as I say, RW3. But with that being said, go through the first one. First one we did, I sent in 40 of this card right here, which is 2018 Panini Prism Jaren Jackson Jr.'s. See right here, I paid approximately $10 for these cards, and most of them I see what the issue is. So of these 40 cards I sent in, I did get one PSA 8, which I'll probably break even. This submission was, I think, $11 a card. And so I'll break even on this one. Then we did get 31 nines, which, I mean, we could be here all day and I could show you every single nine, but, don't want to turn this into the German channel. 9, 9, 9, 9. Feel like on repeat. 9, 9, a 9. So like the count. But these ones right here, he's been hurt off and on. So these cards have really, they would actually sell him better when he was hurt. He got hurt last year in the bubble, and he's struggling. He came back. He's on a minute restriction. But these right here are probably $40, $50. So, like I said, I'm into them for around $25 a card, all said with grading fees. And then, but we did get some 10s, which is another thing. We got 8 10s, or no, 9 10, or 8 10s. So these are a little bit more. These probably are 120 to 150 is what they've been selling lately. And so break it down. So, I mean, there's money to be made with these. I mean, yeah, they were selling as high as 200, but a lot have come back in that time. And this card gems at around a 33%. So 8 of 40, what's that, like 20%? So it's a little lower, but I can almost see on almost all the nines I sent in. Almost all the nines, you can see here on the back of the card, it's black, or no, it's dark gray here. The white's top, and here is black. Almost all of them has a white speck in that corner, or one of those two corners. So most of the nines, I could actually see why they were nines. So, what's up, everybody? What's up, Tommy? Bumcrack, Tennessee. Got a few other cards here to show. What's up, Mandy? So another one we have right here. This is another card I got slaughtered on. I sent 14 of these 2000 and trying to get all the nines first. Because I got hit, but then when I check out the condition of the cards a little bit better, I actually see the issues. So these right here, this is my favorite basketball player. So I did go very heavy on him. At one time I tried to collect every single one of his parallels, and I got to about 35 of the 40 of them before I sent them in, and then I forgot which ones I sent in. But these are the 2018 Panini Prism. Robert Williams III. These are the green prisms, and these look really nice with the green on green. A lot of the color match parallels do really well. These I bought at an auction for literally like $2-3 a piece. I bought all these in a lot. I think like 10 or 12 of them, and then a bunch of them I got in another lot of cards I bought. So there's 12 of the 14 of them were nines. These nines really can't find too many sold. There's not a lot graded, but I would suspect these. I'm listed them for about $120, I believe. They usually sell for a little bit more than the silver, any of the color match. I look back at what Jaylen Brown and what Jason Tatum's green prisms sell for versus their silver prisms, and I come up with that. So this is a really good return on my money. So I'm into the cards. Let's say $5 a piece, and then another 13 for grading, 12 for grading. I think the cards came to 12.28 or something all in on grading. So those I'll do well with. Unfortunately, he's hurt right now. So the one guy I invested in that came back, he was hurt and then came back and is on a minute restriction. Robert Williams has been somewhat on a minute restriction, even though he starts for the Celtics and does really well. If I got these back a month ago, I would have done a lot better when he first got the starting job with the Celtics. But right now he's out on turf toe. Who knew basketball players can get turf toe? I thought that was a football injury. But I got 2 10s. Both of these I'm probably going to hold on to because I just like these. And I really think there's a lot of upside to this player still. But there's some risk, of course, because he is an injury-prone player. He had knee issues earlier, and he missed a few games for a hip last year and also this year. So he is a little injury-prone, but if he can ever get it together and play decent, he's actually going to do really well. And then we have – and the 10s, tell you the truth, I think I'm going to hold on to them, but I think they could be $400 or $500 cards right now if you find the right person. Then we have 6 of the silver prisms. These are, if you collected cards back in the day, they have that little refractor-ish finish to them. You can see right here versus this one. This one does not refract as these do. And you could also see in the back here, it has nothing in the corner there. And then this one, it says prism in the corner. That's how you know it's somewhat of not a base card. So these are kind of the commodity cards. These are the ones people mostly go for, the silvers, for investment purposes, other than the numbered stuff, which we'll get into. Got some really nice numbered stuff coming up. But I was into these, I think, for approximately $10 a piece. I got 6 graded, got 3 10s, or 3 9s and 3 10s. I'm going to hold on to 1 10. The others are going to get sold. Like I said, these sold a little bit higher, but these are cards. There's only 211 of these right now currently in PSA 10s. There's 105 9s. So you can see these were grading at probably like a 66%. 2/3 were grading in the 10s. So, but 9s selling, they kind of come down because he's been hurt, and that's the thing. If I would have sold them last month, I probably would have got about 100. Right now, they're in that 60 range. I'm probably gonna put them up for about $80. Hold on to them for a little bit longer, and and then the 10s. Probably right now, 2 to 225. They did get a little bit higher, but he's not going to be due back to them. We're going to be in the playoffs, so. And who knows? The Celtics have struggled. Too many injuries. Too many players get hurt. Doesn't seem like they've had the whole team together. And let me see here. And we have 9 cards that are one-offs, and we'll start with some of these. Some of these are really low numbered cards. So this one's not numbered. This was just a cool card I got. I got this thrown in, I think, with some other cards. And this was a Panini Contenders License to Dominate. These are a really cool card. This came back at 8. There's no other graded of this card, so there's no 9s, no 10s. It doesn't really matter. It's an 8. It's basically probably the price of a raw card. And I kind of see why I got an 8, because it's a little rough cut on the top and on the corner here. But nevertheless, it's Donovan Mitchell. He's hurt right now, too, with a sprained ankle. Go figure, right? All these players came back and they're all hurt. Kind of funny. And that right there is probably about an $80 card. So this is one I got. I was hoping for a 10 on this just because I like it, but I actually see a little bit white in one of the corners. This is a 2018 Panini Hoops High Voltage. This is an insert card. Jason Tatum. Really nice. I was probably, this is probably about a $50, $60 card in a 9. So it'll get listed, and I'll probably try to look for one for a 10 if I really, really need to have it. But right now, I don't think I need to. This one I already sold. I listed these yesterday. This is a 2019 Panini Donruss Optic Donovan Mitchell My House Lime Green Parallel. They have these in multiple different colors. These are insert. And this one is numbered. This is numbered to 149. This sells for about $20 raw, so to get it PSA graded, $15. And well, it was actually $12. I don't know why I keep rounding it up to some odd number. Came back at 10. This is a low pop card. I mean, but I don't think it's a highly totally in demand card. But it's a really cool insert. So I think there's only 4 of them, and I sold that for $180. Now we're back to Robert Williams. This is Panini Select. This is the Zebra Prism, and you can kind of see this card if you look at it. It's shifted. It's off-centered, so it's kind of shifted more to one side. So right there, you know why it got a 9 automatically. This card raw, I did see 2 sold recently for $233 and $255. So I'll probably put this up for about $350, $400. But these zebras are pretty cool. Then we get to some really low numbered stuff right here. This is the green Pulsar. Robert Williams. And this is numbered to 25. Really cool card. But I was hoping for a 10. Like I said, one time I was trying to get all these in 10s. I did this one right here, PSA 9. I think it's worth between $500 and $700. I think that's what I seen either ungraded or 9 sell for recently. And then we have a really cool one here. This is a 9, but this is the blue shimmer, and this is numbered to 7. So there's only 7 of these, and got a 9. I mean, that some of these cards like this, it doesn't really matter if it's a 9 or a 10 because they're so rare. But this one right here is probably a $600 card or so. So pretty cool. And most of these low numbered cards of Robert Williams, I got them in a few different lots, and they were cheap. They were like $20 a card. How did they ship them back to you? Ship them back in these boxes. I go through a sub submitter, so I submit my cards. They go to somebody else. I don't do the whole having somebody look over my cards and stuff like that. I mean, if you can't look over your card and can't figure it out, look at it, get yourself a loop and check them out. Because the cards were so much lower price back then, I was almost sending anything back, even if I knew it was going to get a 9 because it was going to make money. Now it's a little bit harder. They've raised prices twice since then, and actually they stopped submitting cards at the moment unless you're paying like $350 a card. But this is the light blue shimmer, and this one's numbered to 7 also. So this is a really cool card also. I mean, these low numbered stuff, if this was, different player, let's look at the same, what's his name? Luka Doncic from the same set, if this was a player like him, this is probably $20,000 card. So, just different player, different amounts, probably a $500 card. This is a fast break bronze. And you could see they have these like little donuts. I really don't like this card. And it doesn't help. It's that bronze. It just looks weird. But this is numbered to 20. This came back at 10. This is probably about $1,000 card or so, give or take. It's really hard to put a price on these cards, but you kind of just price them. You check out other players and you kind of come up with similar players and then kind of trying to just multiply based on the card. So that's that one. And then probably the coolest card, I think, in this set is this Panini Status. This is the Kaleido. This is the 1/1 parallel, so it's only one of these, period. 1/1. Robert Williams has a really cool thing. I looked over this card very hard to try to figure out why it got a 9, and I noticed there's a little scratch on the front. But so really cool card. You don't see these come up available really well or that often. I think of all the players in this set, there's none currently, I think, and only one recently sold. So I mean, overall, it's probably somewhere in the $9,000 to $11,000 range of cards. I paid $847.99 to get them graded. It's what it came to with shipping and everything. So, but there's money to be made. I'm not currently in the understanding if there's money to be made currently if you're sending cards, just because the grading fees are about $30 a card now, and most of these cost me about $12. And then once you factor on insurance and shipping, it's going to push it up even higher. But if anybody's got any questions, I got a few minutes. But hope everybody's doing well. I shaved. If you've seen the other day, I was looking a little homelessy. Kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I got 2 more orders coming back. Probably will have those up. Probably I'll stretch them out. Probably put one up a week, but they're 2 nicer orders. A lot of them. One of them has a lot of like few Kobe rookies, few Trout rookies. I think there's a Brady rookie. Some really nice higher end cards, and Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan in one, and then the other one's a lot of like Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and Jaylen Brown. So they're worth because you get them graded. A card, you get a card, raw card, it's worth one price, but then if card comes back at 8, a 9, a 10, there's different values based on the different cards. You look them up on eBay, you kind of figure out what their last ones. And when you're always selling a card, you always kind of want to look at what the last few have sold for, because cards will move in value. If you kind of base it off what the highest is for the last 30 days, it's probably not going to work. Just because cards are a player could have a good game, jumps up for a little bit, player gets hurt, player gets traded. Cards are they're very weird. It's a weird market. It's not what it used to be. It's cooling down though, which is a good thing in a way. I mean, unless you're trying to sell the cards. Do you expect your other order soon? I expect my other order, two of the other orders to come back in the next week or so. The grades popped. I actually know what the grades are. Tennessee, so, or Kevin. I'll call you Kevin. Calling you Tennessee, just crazy. But I already know what the grades are, but I'm not gonna spoil. One I did fairly well with tens. Well, I did really well with tens on a certain card, and I'll break that down. But most of these cards, I was actually quite surprised. I when I did this order and sent it in, and based on what grades I thought it was going to get, and I didn't get the grades I thought. I thought I was going to get better grades. I picked this. I thought this would be about a $10,000 order, and like I said, it's between 9 and 11 most likely. All said and done, I'm going to keep a few cards. Like I'm going to keep this one for the time being, and I'm going to keep the two green prisms, and I'll probably keep one of the silvers of Robert Williams for now. The rest of them I'll list and move them on. Overall, I mean, when you first initially see I had as many nines as I had, Tommy, I was like kind of like, oh man, they killed me. But then when I got the cards back and I overlooked the cards, I seen the issues. Like it wasn't like I really seen the issue with the card, so it wasn't really that big of an issue. You know, like if you could figure it out, and you could figure it out. I think a lot of people, like I'll watch a lot of submissions. They're always looking at the front of the card. They don't really look at the back of the card. And even looking at this with my eye right here, it looks fine. But when I break out a loop, or I'll have a magnifying glass close by right now, I clearly see what the issue is on that card. So, you know, a lot of people want to blame PSA for them sending their shitty cards to PSA, but not everything's a 10. And I get a lot more nines, and I'm okay with nines. Nines still make money. With the course of grading now, nines have value. Do you think grading will be worth your investment? With this order, yes. It's overall, all the cards, for the most part, I'm going to make money. I may not make a killing, like the 40 of these, 40 of the JJJ, the Jaren Jackson Jr. I paid $12 a card, and another 12 to get them graded. You know, the 8 I'm going to break even, but at the end of the day, the 9s will probably make me $15, and the 10s will probably make me. The 10s will probably make me $100. On the Robert Williams, I'm going to do even better, probably $100 plus on the silver and the green prisms, and on the 10s, probably $200 a card I'm going to make. And then on the numbered stuff here, like the Pulsar and the other ones, these cards I'm into $20. So even though they got 9s, because they're low numbered, and because he's kind of turned into a lot better player from last year, these cards are increased. I'm into them with grading fees, $30-$35, and they're probably going to be, $400, $500, $600 cards. With these two are probably the bigger dollar cards of the order. These probably are about $1,000, and I'm into them for about $30-$35 each. So some cards you're going to do better than others. Do you have certificates for each card? Don't need certificates. So these are not autographed or anything. These are just regular cards you get graded. Company is PSA. You send them the PSA, and PSA grades your cards. I mean, the case is the thing. Like you could see here, this card. You pull up your app on your phone. Let me see here. There's a PSA app, and this is really cool. And you can pull up your app. You can scan the barcode. You can scan that little PSA logo on the front. Or you can scan the thing in the back. So we're going to scan it. And you can see right here, comes up with the information, and it shows like that, PSA 9, population 1. It's a 1 of 1, so you're not going to have any other cards. So we'll pull up something like, pull up this Jaren Jackson, which is a lot more cards of. So here's Jaren Jackson. Hit the thing right here. Let me see here. You can see Jaren Jackson. It's saying right now his card. I don't pay attention to their price guide thing, but population for a 9 is 3,131, and there's 1,575 10s. So you can see it right there. It just shows you how many are 9s, how many are 10s by population higher. It's pretty cool. I like it. PSA is the leading company. They're, like I said, currently they're shut down, but and there's a lot of other companies. It seems like anybody with three-letter abbreviations right now has started a company. But that's it. Look forward to Lonnie and Ronnie grading company coming soon. We're gonna grade out of a shed. But that's it. That's the cards coming back. I broke it down, and there's money in these cards, but this was done. These cards I bought upwards of a year ago, and some I even had longer than that. And I didn't send anything in for a while. So, see you guys later. Have a good day. Adios, amigos.